Chapter 61. Whoa, said Klaus as Yahav yanked the steering wheel on the Land Rover and sent it skidding into abrupt, dirt-churning left turn. Lubumbashi is the other direction, sir, whined the quantum physicist Vihan, rattling around in the back seat. Kindly consult your GPS. I'm initiating evasive maneuvers, said Yahav coolly and crisply. He was doing his best to sound like the crack Israeli security forces member he used to be. I don't think Kabila will be as easy on you two as he was on that truck convoy. The toll for his road might prove to be much more expensive. He slid a finger across his throat for emphasis. Oh, said Klaus. So, do you know an alternative route? Always, said Yahav. Great, said Vihan, who was holding on to an overhead handle for dear life. As they rocketed along the potholes and deep dips, a group of weary African children came marching along the shoulder of the road. Some carried shovels. All of them were caked with red dust of the cobalt mines. Yahav recognized the boys. Emmanuel, from the village. Klaus saw him too. Hey, isn't that Emmanuel? Said Klaus. Who? Said Yahav. Back there with the group of miners. Yahav glanced over to Klaus and saw the gleam of understanding flick across his eyes. Yahav? Said Klaus in a tone that suggested that the boy was the master and Yahav was the servant. Turn this vehicle around immediately. Sorry, Klaus, no can do. Need I remind you, sir, that you work for me? And I need to remind you that I know 15 different ways to get rid of you without taking both of my hands off the steering wheel. That seemed to startle the kid. So what precisely are we doing? Asked Vihan. I am following orders. You two are going to the mines. To dig cobalt? Asked Klaus. That made Yahav snicker. It was obvious that the soft, sausage-loving boy had never done a day of manual labor in his life. Although maybe now he would get the opportunity. After all, Dr. Zim really only needed Vihan to appease the Corps. Klaus was what they called collateral damage to nab Vihan. Yahav had to explain his relationship with Klaus. So if Klaus proved of little value to quantum computer projects, maybe he would end up mining for cobalt shoulder to shoulder with Emmanuel and all the other wretched children from the village. Maybe you should have packed a pick and a shovel, Yahav sneered as the Land Rover kicked up a cloud of dust and roared through the mining company's open gates. Security guards quickly closed and locked the gates behind them. Yahav eased off the accelerator and slowly drove his prisoners to a long half-circle aluminum building. Welcome to your new home, boys, he said. He looked up at the rear-view mirror so he could smile to the terrified boy in the back seat. Vihan, this is your lucky day. Mr. Boss, Dr. Zim, and his very wealthy associates are going to welcome you with open arms. Wait a second, said Klaus. Who's this Dr. Zim? Is he the benefactor? Ha ha ha, laughed Yahav. Hardly. So, you don't work for the CMI? You're not here to protect me? Nope. To be honest, Klaus, I never was. But don't worry, boys. I'm told the Corps has set up everything you two might need to build them one of those quantum computers Vihan's always babbling about. But that was all theoretical hypothesizing, muttered Vihan, which you can now turn into the real deal. And if I can't? Yahav shrugged his shoulders. Then he did that finger slice across his throat thing again. Whoa, this is scarier than I expected.